Joining us now is Randy Martinson, market analyst with Progressive Ag Marketing. Randy, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, we will start with the grain markets. How are they looking on this Thursday morning?
Well, so far as we go through this overnight session, we're seeing a little bit better performance. Yesterday we did see the corn and soybeans trade with a little bit of gains. They're giving some of it back here so far. Right now we are looking at the corn market off about 0.75 cents, and soybeans are trading down about 1 to 2. But we are seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel maybe for wheat. Wheat has been getting hammered pretty hard here the last couple of sessions because of, the thought of improving conditions and rain in the southern plains and the fact that we're getting a crop planted fairly rapidly up here in the north. But wheat is shaking off some of that pressure and then trading steady to up 1 in Chicago, up 1 in Kansas City, and up 1 in Minneapolis so far in the overnight session.
It's been pretty dry up in the northern plains. At what point does the dryness become a concern?
You know, that's a very good question. And right now, everybody is looking at the dry up here as being a blessing because we're being able to get in the field, we're being able to get everything planted. But once we get into, it will have to be sometime around that mid-May time frame. If we don't see some moisture and it continues to stay dry, then the trade will start looking at it as being a little bit of an incentive. Right now, down in the southern plains and also in the eastern part of the Corn Belt, they've been so wet, we would think that would help support it, but because we can do so much planting in such a little bit of time, the market hasn't even paid attention to the delayed plantings yet. So we've kind of got a contrast of two different tales going on with the U.S. right now, with the central part of the Midwest having trouble planting because of it being too wet, where we're getting a little bit on the dry side up here.
Switching gears here a bit, how about the livestock markets? How have they been trending?
You know, livestock, we're starting to see strength come back into the cattle markets. We've hit some lows, so now the market's bouncing off of that and trading, basically continuing to trade in a trading range. And the hog market actually put in a pretty good rally over the last week, but now we're starting to see selling pressure come back into that market. So big numbers in the hogs continue to be the problem, whereas small numbers in the cattle continue to help.
Now, we've got barbecue season right around the corner. Am I still going to have to pay top dollar for beef?
You know, it's going to be tough to start this summer. I think we're still going to see some pretty high numbers. I wouldn't look for this market to start to get to be a little bit more reasonable until we maybe get to midsummer or into the fall.
All right, Randy, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, thank you.
All right, once again, that was Randy Martinson, market analyst with Progressive Ag Marketing. Coming up right after the break, a final look at your weather and a look forward at what's coming up on the Valley today.